Hey everyone, Way 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle. Hope you've been having a good weekend thus far. At least the weather's been quiet for now. Things will change a bit heading into next week, but our next weather maker is actually going to be honest, kind of a wimpy one. This is not going to be real high impact. However, an approaching cold front is expected Tuesday into Wednesday of the coming work week, and that will likely bring some scattered shower activity with it. Nothing that looks major. Don't think we'll have a rain out for Election Day and even the day after on Wednesday. Only some limited and mostly light shower activity is expected. And this front also will not bring any sort of major temperature changes for us, so it does look like the mild pattern continues for the time being. That is for Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Later next week and next weekend, our weather will largely be determined by what is going on in the tropics. Late in the season, but we can still get development this time of year, and that is looking now likely in the Caribbean in the next couple of days. Some disorganized showers and thunder showers right now in the southern Caribbean, but we are seeing signs that these are beginning to take shape, and a tropical system will likely form out of this before it is all said and done. Where does it go? Well, that always is the question. This one, though, appears that it will eventually find itself into the Gulf of Mexico. Not unheard of this late in the season, but again, this is not typically what we would expect. But all the different data sets that we're looking at here, each one of these individual lines represents a computer model and where they think this developing tropical system will head. All of them are pretty well in agreement that it will track to the northwest and end up in the eastern Gulf of Mexico heading into next week. Now, likely this would be a weak system. This is not going to be the sort of magnitude of a Helene or Milton that we had earlier in the season, so that is some good news, but nonetheless, something to bear watching as we take you throughout next week. Impacts here likely will just be in the form of perhaps an increase in rain activity, but that will ultimately depend on the track that this system takes. So I encourage you to check back with us for updates. Next name on the list, by the way, would be Rafael, and it is very likely that we will have that sometime early next week. So again, once we get a system that actually forms, we'll get a better handle on the precise track and any impacts that we could see here in the Tennessee Valley. In the meantime, just kind of a continuation of what we've had this weekend. Mix of clouds and sun the rest of today. Temperatures will start, of course, cooling back earlier in the day with the time change and the sun setting now before 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Overnight tonight, we'll keep some clouds around, but it likely remains dry. Temperatures will also be somewhat mild, only falling back into the mid-60s tonight. We head through the day on your Monday, and it's going to be a lot like your Sunday. A lot of cloud cover out there, but occasionally we will break some of that up and give you a little bit of sunshine. Midday temperatures will be in the low to mid-70s, and your afternoon highs, middle, and maybe a few upper 70s. And keep in mind, with the time change, we hit those maximum temperatures now around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Beyond that, we do begin a quick cool down late afternoon and into the evening hours. Here's a breakdown of your Way 31 Storm Tracker 10-day forecast. Again, midweek rain activity limited. We'll keep the chances 20, maybe 30% Tuesday into Wednesday. Election Day, I don't think we'll have too many issues weather-wise to prevent you from going out and exercising your constitutional right to vote. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to around 80 basically through the entire week. So again, that cold front will not really have any sort of impact on the warmth. And look at the overnight lows. They stay in the 60s as well. We take you late week into next weekend. Again, a lot of that will be determined by tropical activity. So kind of take this part of the forecast with a grain of salt. Maybe the rain chances go down a bit, or they could go up quite a bit. So again, I encourage you to check back with us for updates heading into that weekend time frame. Again, still no signs of a big temperature change. We keep it in the 70s for highs. Overnight lows will continue to run mostly in the 60s over the weekend and as we head on into the following week. Keep in mind, I'll have more details on your forecast coming up a little bit later on today. We'll be back later on Way 31 News at 10 o'clock tonight. You can always get the latest weather updates on our website, waytv.com, and also on the Way 31 Storm Tracker weather app. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. I will see you a little bit later on this evening.